1 week off, but I don't think that should stop us today. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the stream. Let me just make sure everything is right. I just want to be doubly sure here. So, we had a week off due to me having to travel for work, but I am back. So, for the most part, that means that we're going to be back to all of this. Let me just pull up my YouTube. Let me see here. I need to go to my control panel and get a chat thing going, because otherwise I can't see what you're typing. If you've typed something already, then that would be popping up very soon. Let's see, chat. Here we go. Want this over here. Hey, no! Oh, audio's crispy again? Let me fix that.
Okay, let's see if that does the trick. Does that make any difference, Luna? It's nice to see you again, by the way. I'm just going to pull my computer a little further toward me. Make sure I get pretty decent reach. Hey, what's going on, Ando? Ando LaRousse, welcome to the stream. Now, I said in the preview to the stream that we are going to be working on a brand new... Yes, it's fixed. Nice. We're going to be working on a brand new video that I had started, and awesome. Nice. And this is one I'm excited to show you a little bit of. Now, chances are it's going to be, because I have this in draft mode, I can probably get away with putting it in at least good mode, so that way the quality of the picture comes through. But for the most part, this is a project that I'm working on that was based off of a sign that I saw in a Marshall's, a sign that looked exactly like this. Life is full of choices. Remove your shoes or scrub the floor. And I posted that on Twitter, or at least what was then called Twitter, some time ago. And then I realized, wait a minute, I could probably make some kind of YouTube poop out of this. I could probably make a story. And I came up with one while I was away. And how it's working is that the king is really wanting to keep the floors clean. He sees people coming in. Hey, what's going on, Zachzilla? Welcome to the stream. We got a great one for you here. We're going to be working on a new CD-i YouTube poop. And speaking of CD-i, I'm thinking of doing a game stream for the first time, maybe this coming Saturday before PAX, of Arzette the Jewel of Faramore. It's going to be a blast to do. So we're just going to work on this YouTube poop for now. What I want to do to start is animate in some of the shoes that I'm going to be putting into all of the characters' hands. So what's going on is that these characters, Guanum and Zelda, they're entering, and the king is pointing out the sign, hey, take your shoes off. So they say, fine, all right. And now we need the shoes in their hands. So in this case, what would a magical wizard genie someone wear as shoes? Genie shoes. Yeah, that works. The kind of shoes you'd expect from Aladdin or something like that. So I'm going to take this, save image as, and then I'm going to pop it in to a project that I have entitled Scrub the Floors. And we're going to do a little bit of masking off to start. And yeah, that's going to be how we get things going on the stream. So we got these cool looking shoes. These are going to be Guanum's shoes. I'm not going to get these tails. I don't think they're going to show up very much anyways. But for the most part, I think that we'll get a very nice crop of them. Hope I haven't been missing all that much. Now, in the title, you probably noticed I have Dune in the title, and there's a reason for that. One, I just saw Dune 2. And if there's any movie that I say you need to see in IMAX, it's that one. That movie is something. Like, it's an experience. It's the kind of thing that we go to theaters for. And something that I will hardly ever hesitate to recommend that you do. I hope it's in theaters for a good long time. That way we can experience it over and over again. Along with a lot of people who are fans of the book series are really loving the experience that this gave them. Perfect. So if you've seen Dune in theaters, if you haven't seen Dune in theaters, you should see Dune in theaters. By gosh, you should see Dune in theaters. But we're also incorporating a little bit of Dune here. More specifically, the TV ads for Dune 2 and a little bit of Dune 1. There are, like, Dune 1 scenes are all over the place, so they're not going to be hard to find or pull off YouTube. But Dune 2 scenes are a little trickier because you have all of the copyright infringement bots that are employed by YouTube, making sure that nothing is on the site so that Warner Brothers can keep their money. Question for the sentence mixing collab announcement: if you said no other edits, does it mean that we can't use effects, scrambling, and masking? I would prefer that you keep it as close to 100% sentence mixing as possible. That's really going to be the star of the show. That's what I want to be the star of the show, the sentence mixing. So if you have ideas for, like, just say you want to scramble maybe one thing here or there, that's fine. But I want the star to be the sentence mixing. I don't want like 40% other effects, 30%, 20 maybe, 10% okay. That I'll accept. Because I've gotten a few entries that use that, and I'm cool with that. I just want the sentence mixing to be the star. It's the sentence mixing collab, and that's really where the focus has to go. Hope that answers your question, Zachzilla. And I haven't yet, let's see, it's been a while since I've pulled up my email to grab all of the entries that I've had since then. So if you submitted your entry already and you haven't gotten an email back from me, don't worry, I will be getting a message sent out to you saying, hey, I'm going to be adding this to the collab. You're good. And there's still plenty of time left too. So let's see. We have this shoe that, oh wait, looks like we're going to have to put this into preview mode. So I'm going to put this back to auto. Just so we can get, I know it's blurry, I know it's pixelated too, but it's just so that when I spin this, it's a little bit more real time. So he's holding up the shoes. He's probably going to have it hanging off of his fingertips here. That sounds like the best option. That is definitely a shoe that Guanum would wear. So we're going to have this. I wonder what his foot size is. What kind of shoe size does this character have, I wonder? All right. We're just going to do a little bit of animation. A little bit of animation here. Let's see. So Guanum sends the hands forward in front of him. It's almost like he's unfolding them. So I want the shoes to stay in this position up until that point where he starts to unfold them. Then I want them to pivot right here. Still hanging off of his fingertips. And then we're going to move to the next frame. Will that frame continue the... Because the thing about these CD-i cutscenes is that they aren't at a high frames per second, so that makes it really easy to animate them. Now, putting them right here. Nice. So far, so good. I can't wait to see what you've done. I think... I can't remember if you have already sent me something, Zachzilla. I have to double check my email, but I'm really excited to seeing what you have done. Sentence mixing collab. I haven't done a sentence mixing collab since, what, 2011, 2012? I think that was the last time I did it, if I'm wrong. If it wasn't, it was like, yeah, it had to be one of those 2 years. Because the first sentence mixing collab that I did was back in 2008. And that was, no, wait, no, it wasn't 2008. It was 2009. 2009. And I only allowed 5 participants off of the then YouTube Poop website, the YouTube Poop forums. And it was a massive success. I think that having the first video be a Billy Mays video was a huge help in that too, because Dual Screen created like the big shitty sliders YouTube Poop, which I'm amazed I haven't seen any other commercials about used in YouTube Poops. But the big city slider station is what Dual Screen used, and that was amazing. And then it was followed up by what's that show? Kappa Mikey. And then Guy Safari did the, let's see, Kappa Mike, I think did, that was Zygomorph, I think, who did that. And then Guy Safari did, I think, a Van Morrison rant. Could be wrong. After that, Big Fat Pooper Scooper with a little bit of the Sesame Street puppets, and that was a really good one too. And then to cap it all off, I have to rewatch to remember what number 5 was. Oh no, it was the Sonic Dude 3 rant video. Back when I guess Sonic was even like worth having a rant video for. I think it was just something on the forums, could be. So we have Guanum holding the shoes, and he is kind of... There we go. Let's see how it looks so far.
All right.
Yes, exactly what I wanted. Oh, wait, there's a little bit of a cheat here. See if we can pivot. So right here is what I need to fix. I think I see what's going on here. Let's see if I can cut and paste that into this spot. Actually, I'll paste it instead. Let's see here. I want to cut this. I want to see if I can paste it. This might be a little tricky. I say that a lot, though. Alright, let's see. If I were to undo that, where does this one go? Right here, I think. I think this will fix it. Hope so. Alright. Yeah, I think that will. I think that will fix it. Alright, now let's get over here and continue. And then put this all right here. Let's see, and then I'm going to move it from here to the next step up. I'm going to be doing this with 2 other shoes, or 3 other shoes. 2 for Zelda, 1 more for Guanum. And then, all right, perfect. So right about here is where we'll end. So let's just shut that off. Hey, what's going on? Burned Off Man, welcome. I wonder if I could sneak in a dinner joke at some point. I hope so. Well, Burned, I hope you love what we've got going on. We've got a new CD-i poop that we are working on, something that is based off of a scrub the floor sign of all things. All right. See how this looks in full.
All right. All right. Fine.
That is much better. I love it. Much, much better. I think the volume needs to be... All right. Actually, give me 1 second. Make sure I have this plugged in right. Perfect. Now let's see how it sounds.
All right. Fine.
Yep, all right, fine. That's what we want. So now we need to get the same thing done with the other hand. Now this means I have to completely erase all of the masking that was done here and pretty much start anew. But that's all part of the process. All part of the process. So if we want this shoe to be in his hand, I want it to be maybe hanging off of his thumb here. So we'll have the shoe hanging off of the thumb. Let's see, it's getting in the right position to start. Now, it then travels at some point Right here. Right here is where it ends. No. Right up there is what we want. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay. Then we go to the next set of keyframes. Kind of get those going. And then we have them hanging off of the fingertips. Hey, what's up, Fartsmoan? Welcome to the stream. We're working on a brand new CD-i poop today. Or making progress on a new CD-i poop, I should say. This is something I started not too long ago. Alright. Now let's bring it down here. We're having the king become a little bit more, how should we say, mindful of the floors. Now we have to move to the next set of keyframes. Right about here is where we want this to start its change. Perfect. Perfect. Now let's move along. His hands kind of stay there, which is to our benefit, because then we don't have to worry about the position of the shoes all that much for one large gap. And we just have it right here. And remember, we're going to do the same to Zelda. Just fix that. And then the next... Oop. Got a little too much. See if I can get this back into place. There we go. Alright, so from here to here, that's fine. The animation will make up for that. There we go. And then, let's see. I'm just going to take a look. Actually, I'll do that later. How long does he keep the hands here? He keeps in there for a couple of seconds, and then he's going to bring this shoe over here. That's the last time that we're going to be working on Guanum's shoes, at least I hope so. Let's get this fixed into place. Done. That's why. And now let's see how it looks in full.
All right. Fine.
Perfect. Now it's time for Zelda's shoes to come to play. Now Zelda is going to have to remove her shoes at a point that comes right about here. So similar pose here. We just have the empty hands for her shoes. But what kind of shoes would Zelda wear? What kind of shoes would Zelda wear? Let's see. How about Princess Zelda shoes? Let's see. Your profile picture looks like a character. That would be an El Chavo del Ocho. Well, first off, hola 547. Thank you so much for joining. El Chavo de Ocho. Let me see what that is. El Chavo del Ocho. Mexicano TV series. Oh man. It's like it's a sitcom. Okay. Oh, I could see that happening. I'm looking at some of the characters in the cast, and Ramon Valdez, Don Ramon. He looks like, yeah, he kind of reminds me of my profile picture, just the Mexican version of him. very suave, almost like the kind of person who would do that thumbs up pose. I can see it. All right. Oh, wait. Zelda shoes. Perfect. Yeah, I can see her just wearing those. I don't know what to describe. It's almost like a pair of sandals, but this is ideal for her. All right, save image as. The only thing is that it's going to be a little trickier to mask out, but we'll worry about that when we get to it. A 1970s Spanish sitcom. That explains the black and white on the profile images. You might be referring to the animated series that kind of maintained a similar style to your profile picture. Kind of. The animated series that my profile... Oh, wait, no. My YouTube avatar. That's right. I changed my avatar to this new version. Yeah, so it was based off of Brad Kidd, so... he's from a comedy, so... Yeah, I can see that style. My mom watched it. I haven't seen enough of those Spanish sitcoms. I only know a little bit of Spanish, though. I know more Hindi than I do Spanish, so... At some point, I'll have to brush up, because if I can learn both languages on top of English, that'd be swell. Sufficiently swell. Alright, so these are Princess Zelda's shoes that we're going to be doing. And that sounds like a funny show, by the way. I mean, I've seen a couple of clips from a lot of these Spanish sitcoms, and they tend, like, the ones I've seen have been more like, slapstick comedy style, but they're still pretty funny. Is that what this is? Like a slapstick comedy of sorts, or is it something entirely different? The straps of the sandals are going to be interesting to work with, but we can just chroma key white them and get them out. So these sandals are almost done. Right about here. We'll just do a little folding in, folding out. There we go. That's pretty much the hard part of it. Now we can get the wrap around. Oops. Wanted to make a better anchor for that. There we go. Perfect. Now, we ignore the back strap. No one's going to care or notice. What they will notice is the white on these shoes, and that's what we're going to chroma key out before we go further. So let's remove the green screen, replace it with a white screen on this. Get that eyedropper tool to work for us. We change up the threshold a little bit so that it gets more of the color that we want out and not any of the other colors that we want to keep. And there we go. If I put this into best mode, how does it look? Alright, let's wait for the preview window to fix itself. While I wait on that, just going to take a sip of water. Nectar of life. Water of life. Perfect. Looks like the preview window is not actively updating. It's probably because there's so much going on right now. So I'm gonna save that RAM here. Last thing we want is a crash. And do we have a crash? It says not responding, but let's wait until we know for certain. Sometimes this is a thing that we have to work with within Vegas, and if it crashes, no worries, we pull it back up. There we go. So that's the preview, but it's in best mode. Now that I've changed it into auto, it will probably not stay that way. I'm going to save this before we do anything else, just in case. But now what we have to do is make sure it's in... Oh, should we do this in draft? Actually, let's do it in preview. I think preview is going to be looking a lot better and shouldn't take up much more RAM. Alright, so we'll get this in. So Zelda's clip ends here. It's not a whole lot of masking that we'll have to do, not a whole lot. Let's get a little animation kicking in. We're going to have them, just like with Guanums, we're going to have them hanging off of her hands, almost like you would hold up like like a bag of sorts. For these shoes, I can see this working out pretty well. Now, if we can't get them to hang, because the way that the shoe's facing... Oh, actually, no, wait. Better yet. She's holding them flat up palm. So it might be better, instead of them hanging off of her hands, to just be in her hands like she's holding them. Yeah, because that would be... Yeah, that would save a lot of animation as well. What's going on, Honorius? Doom? Oh man, when you say Doom, the first thing I think of is that the guy, the free money guy, Matthew Lesko, who did a Danger Doom like little promo back in 2006, I think, for Adult Swim. All right, here we go. So Zelda's holding the shoe, and the animation's going to kick in. We're gonna make sure the shoe stays consistently in the hand in the right spot during all of these keyframes. Then we do the second shoe. Now, the big joke here is going to be when Link comes in. So, and I'll explain what we're going to be doing with Link after we get these shoes down. Oh, Dune Eternal, yes. Yes. Did you see this on? Did you see Dune Part 2, Honorius? Have you seen it in the IMAX, most importantly, because that's the way you need to see it. Let's get this going. I said before, IMAX is the most perfect format to watch that movie in. Just realized that, well, no, it's perfect. I think that the shoe should be the size of her hand. That I can't see being a problem. Alright, moving on. I haven't even seen Dune Part 1, so I'll tell you this. It's well worth watching Dune Part 1 to see Part 2. Part 1 is not a bad movie at all. It does, however, focus more on the building of the world and the situations that the characters are being put into than it does on the thrills. And Dune Part 2 is so chock full of thrills, but you definitely need to see the first part in order to understand more of what's going on. You have greater context. Last real blockbuster I watched was Avatar: Way of Water, and I heard a lot of good things about that. I'm glad that you had the opportunity to see that in theaters. I'm going to tell you right now, though, like with all of the things that people are saying about Dune Part 2, I mean, it might be even bigger than Avatar. Which, I mean, I don't know what the box office was for Avatar: Way of Water. I know it was massive. It's technically a Disney product, so advertising galore. But the first Avatar I never really loved. I saw it in theaters. It was nice, but my gosh, nothing like Dune. So much to love about that. Oh yeah, 100%. But I hear that The Way of Water is better. There's that. And I have already seen the first Avatar, so I probably can go right into this as is. It's so interesting. My favorite James Cameron movie isn't any of his action blockbusters, though. It's Titanic. I think that would be the case for a lot of people who, you know, who saw the movie after, like, that movie stays with me. And I do like Aliens, I do like Terminators, but Titanic, just something about that movie. Can't put my finger on it. Yes, give it a go. Dune, that is, for sure. You definitely have to see the first one. I didn't think so much of Avatar 1, but I had a much more enjoyable time with the second, maybe because I think they doubled down on the fun James Cameron things. It definitely looks like that. From the trailers, it looked like it was, it looked like it was going to be well worth a trip to the theaters. My biggest issue tends to be with like blockbusters nowadays is that they don't look thrilling. They look expensive. They're like, they put so much effort into making it seem like a thrill ride that when you watch it, it doesn't actually thrill you. There's action, but you're not at the edge of your seats. And I think that's what a lot of theater goers are really missing. Like the edge of your seat action where you don't know what's going to happen next. Nowadays, a lot of blockbusters seem to follow a formula that so many people can instinctively predict. So it's not really warranting a lot of trips to the theaters. It's a shame, really, because, even though they're not the same things as like a classic blockbuster like Lord of the Rings, it's still worth a trip. But I definitely want to see Way of Water. I'm glad that the consensus here is that it is a much better film than the first one. The first one I didn't have a problem with, just it was more like a visual splendor more than it was a full experience. And I'll take a visual splendor here and there as long as it doesn't bore me. I think that's the thing that that's the thing that we all do not want to be bored at a theater. I remember seeing Morbius and falling asleep. I kid you not, I fell asleep during Morbius. Like, say what you want about the memes, but the memes transcend the movie itself. Like the last third of Avatar 2 felt like a huge homage to Titanic. Ooh. Well, now. I was not expecting that. Huh. Hey, what's going on, CatFrog46? Hey, Cap, I have a question. What is your favorite YouTube poop you have ever made? The answer is, it depends on my mood. I don't have an easy answer because it really depends on like when I look back on what I feel and like really proud of. I can look at, let's see. I can narrow it down. I could probably narrow it down by a lot. There are a couple that come to mind right off the bat. Let me just pop this open. And let's see. If I were to take a look at all of my videos and know which ones are my preferreds. Let's see. I mean, there are a couple that I absolutely love. Like the most recent one, the Blibble. I love the sentence mixing in that one. Actually, let's start from the beginning. I think that for sure, for absolute sure, like, I would definitely include the worst Sonic fanfiction ever and Obi-Wan force feeds Qui-Gon Jinn his Mansaber. Those two for sure. The entire tennis matches with Deeper Cut, those were always, they're a blast. They're full of, like, they're just so full of, I don't know, good memories while I was making them. The dexterity of Haruhi Suzumiya, the joy I had after watching the series that carried over into making of this video. I would definitely have to include the let's see, where is it? Haruhi Grows a Binary Christmas Tree again. I mean, I can name off so many of my favorites, and I just don't know which one is going to be the most ideal. I guess which one have I seen them, like, rewatched more of than any other one? That's going to be the best answer for that. I'm sorry I can't answer it completely, but I guess that's where I would start. Like, the worst Sonic fanfiction ever. Actually, wait. I think, actually, cock jokes gets thrown in there. Yeah, throw cock jokes in there. I loved working on that as an idea, and it blossomed so well. I think that really is a classic to me. Mulan starts an OnlyFans to fund a better live action remake. I think that one is probably the most favorite one that I made immediately after my return. If you're thinking about Avatar 1 had that huge airship that humans were crushing the Na'vi with, it's only logical they would return with a bigger water ship on the water level. Both excellent poops, A tier at least. Yeah, they are all good stuff. I'm sorry, Kafrog, I can't think of any other one. Like, I can't think of any one that comes to mind. Which may be a good problem. I mean, I love the things that I make. I'm very proud of it. The only time I would say I'm not proud of it is when I wish that I could go back and change something about it or change things to make it even better. And that's the case with the Sonic, like the worst Sonic fanfiction ever. There are a couple of things that I would change looking back on them now. There were a few things that I rushed, and I think that some things are a little bit evident that I rushed them, but gosh, just the jokes in there. I love those jokes that work so much. Even the very first one, the loading time joke. And we blame Sonic Team for this shit. Just a full minute of things that just click. Yeah, but I mean, I guess it really depends on my periods, like the periods that was in. So, I think that I'll have to make a ranking. Maybe I should do a tier list or something of all of my videos. If I do a tier list, maybe I'll come to the correct answer, the one truthful answer. And man, there are so many ones that I have to put onto that tier list. Republic credits. That's no good out here. Let's see, if I did a tier list, what would be my S tiers? I guess I'll have to work on that as an idea. I guess some of them can warrant a rewatch. The only thing I have to be cautious about is putting them on a stream gonna trigger something. Okay. Let's see. But what I think is really interesting about some of the poops I've made is that some of the ones that have been really, really popular are ones that I never really expected to become really, really popular. You want to... Yes. From Galo Rang. There's a classic line right there. Gosh, that's another YouTube poop that I wish I had a little bit more time for, the episode 7 YouTube poop. I kind of felt like I had to wrap it up really quickly, and I felt like there was something there was a bunch more that I could do, but I loved what I was able to do. The "you want to kiss me" jokes especially. And I really wanted, I mean, I think that one of my biggest flaws personally is that sometimes I want things to live up to the hype that I create for them. And I really should be just focused on giving everyone a good time. For some reason I really like the joke in Mulan one where anytime there was an explosion you would cut away to that advisor's tent. I love that too. Especially the whatchamacallit, in the very first instance where Morshu blows that fire and it starts it. I think it's a fantastic cutaway gag. I love it when I'm able to do cutaway gags like that in a lot of my YouTube poops. Like, it's not so much a reference as it is a, I guess, what's the best word for it? Just following the rules of 3 sometimes. Alright, here we go. There we are. Let's bring it on down. Nice. We're almost there. But my favorite part of the Mulan video is just all of the work that I did on "I'll Make a Man Out of You." That was a full song that I kind of made into its own mini YouTube poop, in a sense. I felt like it deserved it because it's a really good song. Some things you deserve to be pooped because they are, god awful. Other things because you love them, and I love that song. Mulan was probably the Disney movie that I watched the most of when I was young. There we go. I think an underrated thing in YouTube poops is going for just something zany or bizarre, something unexpected. Totally agree. You can get a lot of great mileage out of a joke that you don't see, like no one sees coming.
All right, fine.
Okay, let's just go through each of them. Yes. She's got the shoes in her hands, and the animation looks good. Perfect. So now Guanum enters, and Guanum, and I attempted to have a sentence mix of Guanum's name. Let me see how it. Let me hear how it sounds again. Yeah. I wonder if anyone could do better than that. The king saying Guanum. I mean, we know who it is, so at least there's that. Like a good example of that came to mind would be Noise Puppet with his documentary on the. Oh man, I don't think I've seen this one yet. Noise Puppet documentary of the Texan guy. Some asshole made a snake robot. Well, shit. Now I have to watch it. Is this one that he made recently, or did I? Hang on. I'm gonna write that down. Not this one. This one. Noise Puppet. On the robot, on the snake. What is it called? It's a documentary on a Texan guy. All right. If you could poop one source without having to worry about copyright getting into trouble, what would it be? I guess SpongeBob. SpongeBob is the one thing I'm a little concerned about touching because there are a lot of, it's not Viacom anymore now. It's like, I think it's like Paramount, technically. Like, a lot of people do get away with it, but I still am not 100% convinced that it's a safe source to touch. It's called Judge Your Beans or something. And, oh, good golly gosh. Judge Your Beans. I'll have to remember that. Hey, what's going on, Wild Poop? Says someone else sent a collab entry afterwards. Yeah, I've seen a lot of collab entries. I have not been able to, because I've been away for a week on a work trip. I've not been able to get back to downloading all of the entries that have been sent to me, but we have a lot of entries so far. So, yes, there have been a lot, and I've seen yours. Wow, wonderful, wonderful job. Judge Your Beans in the court of illegal law. I love this. I love the title of that. All right, so I think that's everything that we need to kind of adjust. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the link step. An excellent poop, a real work of art. Oh my gosh, you're really hyping this up. I've got to see this now. I do it on stream, but I'm concerned that with YouTube's going to lag. So, all right, let's get the king frames back in here. One takes off his shoes, and then it pivots back to the king. Now the king can be holding something. Let's see. The prior clip, he was holding a beer. Okay, we'll worry about that later. Anytime, Wild Poops. Thank you for submitting an entry. My gosh, like I wasn't sure how many entries I was going to get, or am still going to get, but so far it's surpassing expectations. Like CS1E88, when he did the remonetized remix collab, he saw so many entries that he had to shove the release date for the collab, the final collab video, like a full month later. So, dear Lord, sometimes it's the unexpected that pushes that release date a little further down the line. Alright, now, in this scene, the king looks back and hears Link's footsteps. Let's grab these footsteps. And then we have some Haruhi music. I'll go over that in a sec. So we have some music from the Haruhi show that I have as a little bit of a background layer during part of this. Right here is where I start. Perfect. It's the right tune for what I want to happen in sequence. Hey, what's going on, Theo Gautier? You'll get to talk with pickles, onions, ketchup, or cheese. That sounds like Billy Mays right there. If it's from an entry that you sent, Theo, I'm going to be getting to yours. I'm going to be looking at it for sure if you've sent it within the past week. Right here. There we go. Let's grab these step sound effects and then... Nope, they have to start sooner. Start sooner. It's from an old CS188 poop. Okay, it's that was definitely it. That's definitely gotta be like Billy Mays. Perfect. Now we need Link to approach. CD-i Zelda background. Now, what is a good walking animation for Link? Like, I gotta find the right but you gotta call now. Let's see, what's the right animation for Link here? Thinking of all the times that Link kind of enters a scene in some YouTube hoops that I've seen, like when he enters, it's hard to make him look like he's walking because he doesn't move left to right in any or very many of the clips. So let's see. I guess this will work. I'll grab this one. Save images. Scrub the floor. And presto. Alright, so let's get that background. Apparently Wand of Gamelon didn't use a lot of, didn't use all of their backgrounds. Some of the ones I've been finding just from Googling, apparently these are backgrounds that were unused. Which is kind of fascinating. Alright, so what I'm going to do here to make it look like it's... There we go. Right there. Oops. Looks like there's a keyframe in there that's getting in the way of something. Delete that keyframe. And there we go. Perfect. Actually, I still want to flip this horizontal. Perfect. Now, let's get a Link cut out here. I've got the green screened Zelda clips. What will work here? If we want to make Link's look like he's... Yeah, this works. I guess there's nothing wrong with just using this by itself.
Around here.
I'm going to plop this over here. Oh yeah, this I'll explain what this is later. But that is from the original 1984 Dune. Let's get a blue screen going so that we can get Link completely cut out of this and up against the background. Chroma key or blue screen. Spot on. Now we need him to be less invisible and cut out a lot of the dirt. And now we want this to end right about here after he takes his last step. And then, since he's coming off from the side, I'll push this keyframe all the way over. And then take this scene and pretty much just bring him all the way to the right. So he enters from the right side. And maybe he'll end up at the window. Now the next thing that I need to find is, let's see, who's a CD-i guy who's really muscular? The blacksmith. The blacksmith is muscular. That's who. So one of the jokes here is that Link is really stupid and doesn't know what shoes are. So when the king asks him to take off the shoes, he ends up taking off his shirt to start, or his tunic. I wonder how smart Link is actually in the games themselves. Like, they don't really make him seem all that intelligent. Just this goofy, happy-go-lucky Billy from Billy and Mandy kind of character. Alright, now that we are almost... Actually, no. Having the hair stick out a little bit is fine. Then over here... ends up... Let's see. Actually, we'll get him more toward the pane, like the bar of the window. That looks right. So he's not walking a whole ton. Let's see how it looks. Oh, wait. Let's see. If I were to hold this down. So. Interesting. Very interesting. Did the keyframes... Ah, I see. I think I know what's going on here. So, I think the window went a little too far. So, I'll make this quicker. The center is at the 360 mark. So the Y center is at the 360 mark. Perfect. Now it will probably be at the speed that I want. Yes, that's much better. Hey, what's going on, Zach Smith? Nice to see you on the stream. Welcome. All right, let's see. Now we've got to get the king. This clip right here. And then he says Link. Or should he say Link or my boy? I think my boy.
My boy. My boy.
I don't know why the way he says my boy is so good. But he opens his mouth twice also. My boy. So that'll work in tune.
My boy. My boy. My boy.
And then we have a sentence mix that I am really proud of. So remember, the sign says, "Life is full of choices. Remove your shoes or scrub the floor." You've seen YouTubers react to your Ice Age YouTube poop. Yes, I have. And, you know, a lot of people don't really like reaction videos. I'm cool with them. I love seeing how people react in the moment to videos that are sent their way. I think it's a lot of fun to watch. And I've seen a couple of really interesting ones. So I have seen it. And I'm really happy that people loved it to the point that they were laughing a lot to them.
Take off your shoes or scrub the floors.
Whoa.
Let me move this over.
The floors.
Whoa.
Okay, there we go. Take off your shoes or scrub the floors. All right, then right about here, we just gotta get to this level.
Take off your shoes or scrub the floors.
There we go. Now this is 2 clips here. Actually, 2 levels. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Got that right. Welcome, Turgo. Nice to see you in stream.
Hi, boy. Take off your shoes or scrub the floors.
And then we need a shore. I think that the link says shore at which point? Trying to remember where in the game he says sure.
Before. Loves a glove of power.
Wow, thanks.
That's wow, thanks. You gonna edit that sign? No need to. I'll explain. I'll show you where we where the sign kind of comes into play here. Zelda, wake up. Just trying to find something first. Does he say it here?
Golly.
No, he says golly.
The stars.
Trying to figure out where he says wow.
It's your sword.
Ah, here it is.
Let's see how it works.
Wow.
Oh wait. No, is that I'm mixing up my link lines.
Sure.
There it is.
Sure.
So let me just plop this in.
Sure.
Yeah, that old Ganon's no match for the king. So here's what is going on in this YouTube poop Zach. So this is a sign that I saw at like a Marshall's, and I didn't think too much of it aside from that's the sign that the king would love. So it looks just like this. So we start with. Yeah, it's gonna show it in draft, I think. Come on. Come on, you can do it, little buddy. You can do it. Ah, the old not responding. Let's give it a sec. Sometimes it freezes and comes back. Other times it freezes and freezes. But it might just... There we go. Alright. Just a simple reminder. So, the king is just hammering this sign up, and let me put this back into preview auto again so you can see it. Life is full of choices. Remove your shoes or scrub the floors. Do you think Hark really had a shot against Ganon? If he had the chains, that would completely change the math, of course. I think that he may have had a shot. I mean, it was because Duke Onkled betrayed him that the king lost. So he expected Duke Onkled to be on his side, and after the betrayal, that's when the king got captured. So I say yes, he had a chance. He had the best intelligence that he could get. And no one sees a betrayal coming like that. Like, why would you betray why would you betray for Ganon? Especially one who promises to make your face the greatest in Korodai when his face doesn't even look like the greatest in Korodai. I'm sure there's all sorts of weirdness to it. Yep. Oh my gosh. Oh, Baron Harkinian. Oh, that is so good. Yeah. Shoot. Baron Harkonnen, that's right. In Dune, it's Baron Harkonnen. In here, it's Baron Harkinian. I'm going to add that. Because we're integrating a little bit of Dune in here, as you know. Harkinian. Damn, that is a good point out. Thank you, Theo. Thank you, Theo. So, the king has put up the sign. He's pretty proud of it. And then he hears footsteps. Looks back. Sees Zelda walking in. Zelda's wearing shoes because of the loudness of the footsteps. Zelda, take off your shoes or scrub the floors. And she's like, fine, okay, here. Same thing with Guanum. The king's just enjoying a nice little beer. Then we have Guanum coming in. He hears Guanum's footsteps. Guanum, take off your shoes or scrub the floors. He points to the sign. And fine, here they are. They're off. And then it's Link's turn, and Link is where things go horribly wrong. As usual. Take off your shoes or scrub the floors. So that's what we've got going on. That's why I'm not editing the sign. I like it the way it is. It's the kind of thing that you would find in a dollar store or a Marshall's.
Floors.
Sure.
Alright, now for this, I need to get the right clip of the king. Yeah, when you think about it, we never get to see Harkinian fight with his full strength. I'm sure that, yeah, I mean, he's a big guy. Excuse me. He's a big guy. He could probably fend off quite a few things. Quite a few bad guys. Let's put this in preview full. Outside the dinner, yeah, the dinner blaster incident, exactly. You know, it's funny how the lore makes the king look like some kind of incompetent, hungry man. I'm sure he's very capable in this universe. Oh, that is a face I would expect to see tears. After you've scrubbed all those floors in Hyrule. This frame, right here. This frame. So I'm just going to put this into... Well, first, let me save. And then I'm going to save this image. I'm going to save it as King 4. Bless you. Thank you, Cat Frog. Hark may have untold Hylian royal family magics. Yeah, that's true. I mean, he could know magic. I mean, there's a wand of Gamelon in here. And as far as I'm concerned, the wand, like, I don't think, you know, you need to be a magician to use the wand. It's a magic wand. That's a good frame, yep. And then so the king is waiting on Link to take off the shoes, and then he makes his catchphrase. Oh, let's see. For that, I need to go here and just get... Great. Let's put this back into auto mode so we save some of the RAM for this.
Great.
Oh! Oh!
That sound, that's supposed to be a laugh. It's so good. It's just a shocked sound.
Oh! Oh!
You done eye edits? Yeah, I'm going to be doing a couple of eye edits in this poop too. Yes. Never watched the animated show, so I don't know if they used magic and stuff. If this is Zelda 2 logic, magic is something even Link can wield. Yeah, I think that even in Zelda like Ocarina of Time, he's got spells too, with the way that the fire like comes out when he punches the ground. I forget what that move is called. It's been a while. All right, so let's go right back to this. I want a clip of the mouth being open. Okay. Right here, and then perfect. Right here. So what's going to happen is his jaw is going to drop. And I want his eyes to bulge out a little bit more. Sorry, Cap, I need to go. I'm hungry. Can't wait to see the finished product. Well, it's good having you on the stream, Cap Frog. Thank you so much for joining. Enjoy your dinner. Alright, so let's see. No, does he keep his finger pointed up? Yeah, he does. Okay. Let me just make sure, because I want this to be... Nice. Okay. Let's see here. Right about here's... Whoops. Maybe stretch the clip a little bit more to this point. And we'll get another snapshot. I'm going to call this King 5. King 5, it will be placed right here.
Oh! Oh!
And we'll just play with the eyes a little bit more. I can't give any Dune joke suggestions. I've never partaken. That's all right. That's all right. Like some of them, you'll actually get to see some of the clips that I'm working with from the original 1984 Dune, which have some unintentional hilarity to them. Have the king say Zendaya. Zendaya. Okay, so Sen, that could be easily turned into Zen. Die. Let's see here. Die. I'm going to... Okay. Do gauntlets under attack with evil forces. Again, I'm going to come on to eat him. I'll take the... Try. Take the TR out. The R is going to bleed, but we can take the D sounds from somewhere. Zendaya. The emphasis is on try, too, so that would work out. Yeah, we can make that work. The king can say Zendaya. Yeah, that'll work. Whew. Let's see here. If we can make that work, then I think that could lead into some other jokes. I don't know. So, well, the way that we're integrating Dune into this is going to be a little bit unique, to say the least. So, for that, let's see what can be done on that front. I'll be right back, guys. So I'm going to put this here. I will be right back. Let's see, actually. There we go. And we're back. So, I need you to bring this Zendaya. Let's see. Well, I think the King saying Zendaya could open up the avenues for a bunch of other things that we want to happen if we can make them happen. So, this is Zendaya. We'll think of something. What we do know is that it is possible to get a clean splice of Zendaya.
Ah!
What I'm going to do here next is get the eyes to bulge a little bit, so we want a punch effect. Now we're going to trim down the scaling on this punch. Let's see here. I just need to be right about here. It's going to be a tricky one. We need to get it right over the eyeball. Can we get this? Have you seen Hellion Heroes type? Oh, making a correction. No worries. I think what might be better if I do a horizontal punch that encompasses both the eyes since they're on the same level. That might make it a little bit easier here. Okay. And we bring it to 0 to start. We animate. Then from A to here. Right here. Have you seen Hellion Heroes YouTube poop? I've seen a few, yes.
Ah! Ah!
Alright, now I need to go here and get the... Let's see, I need that blacksmith. The really muscular blacksmith. I think that it's right here. No, Link frees him from chains. Let's see. I need a blacksmith, or I need some, like, muscular body. I thought the blacksmith was shirtless for a second. So what character in the CD-i universe is shirtless? Looks like we're going to have to get a... Let's see. CD-i... Zelda shirtless. It's probably not going to be easy to find. Nope. Let's see. Or better yet, we can incorporate a little bit of unexpected humor here. Can you try finger edits? Finger edits, you mean like with the digits? It's probably something I'm not going to be able to do with my current version of Vegas. In the future version, which I hope to get in the future, I'm definitely going to be doing that. I'm doing more of that. Alright, let's see here. Can't believe I'm search. Let's see. Yeah, the extra finger edits are going to be tough in the current state because I don't have the ability to do any of the... I don't have the ability to make micro edits like that. Future versions of Vegas that can be done on that. Alright. I'm thinking of ways that I can get this to be a little more on the unexpected side, and I'm seeing something right here. All right. That'll do it. So first thing that came to mind, so it just requires a little bit of splicing out. Alright, so what's going to happen is I'm going to have this torso superimposed over Link, and I'm going to hope that, cross my fingers, that it does look like it will work. Because I'm kind of shooting a little blind here. So let's go here and go to the masking, go to the... So this upper portion is what we want. We don't want the head. Now, if there are any little bits that are missing, then we can feather out and then use a green screen, which we might have to do anyways because there's blue in here. Right about here is where we want the hips. Okay, get under there. Go here. I have to finish that body pillow added on the other YouTube poop as well. Make sure that looks clean. Alright. Then I'm going to come here. Just get the micro digits here. Perfect. There's so much Haruhi art, I can never tell what's authentic and what's just really, really good. Right? Alright. Get that done. Now when we feather that out, it's probably going to have hair getting in the way, but can't imagine that being too big of an issue. And we probably need to have Link's head superimposed over the body in order to make this joke kind of work here, but we're going to have to remove Link's head anyways, so 6:1. Okay. And then we take the chroma key here, use it to get rid of the blue. Chroma key here. And we the bikini is a very dark blue. Let's see how that works. Yeah, it looks like it's working all right. The only way we'll know for sure is by having, let's see, over here a little bit more. Just a little bit more on the low threshold. Should do it. Yeah, perfect. Then we'll plop this in here. And we need it to be in the right spot for Link. Or he creates the Dune world after bombing Canada so many times. That would definitely be a hell of a storyline right there. Or he creates Doom by bombing Canada. Alright, now I just need to get the next clip. I think that for this I'll actually need a blue screen of Wand of Gamelon, perhaps. I wonder if there is such a... I don't think I have something like that downloaded. Blue screen Wand of Gamelon. Okay, CD-i Link, Quantum all dialogue, vocals isolated, Quantum, because we don't want green screen. We do not want a green screen because Link's clothing is green, so it will get removed. Just Haruhi stuff. Exactly. All right, so it looks like what we need to do is use the Faces of Evil link. Okay, so we have the tutorial. Now the only thing about the tutorial is that Link's parts get cut off a little bit here. Yeah, because the hair also gets cut off there. I don't want that. Actually, no, this right here might work. That's good. Yeah, he's not looking directly at the king, but it won't be a big issue. Let's see. Now let's get a blue screen going. Make a couple of color corrections. And then we'll be good to mask out. Okay. Let's get our masking thing going. Now for this, I don't think he does a lot of facial movements. The facial movements are what I have to be cognizant about here. More specifically, that cheekbone. That cheekbone is really the only thing. The hair doesn't move. The cap doesn't move. That's exactly where we want this to be. Perfect. Then these little bits of hair coming down. Okay. Right there. Whoops. There we go. Perfect. Have it brought right back up. Let's then use this to start on the very first. So the cheekbone might not actually be that big of an issue because I think that it starts off at frame 1 protruding out. And since the blue screen does most of the work for us, we'll be alright. Great, I'll go to Canada. There is no Canada. Ohio is enough. Man. Doing YouTube poop would be interesting. I'm sure that there are plenty out there already. It's the question is, what kind of jokes do they make? Alright, so this is where it is, and since the blue screen's in effect, does the cheek stick out? Oh, actually that's perfect. That's nice. I like that. So, and I think I should flip this horizontal too, because that would make it in line with the direction that Link faces. And then Link's head goes on top. Oh, yeah, this was still triggered. Delete that. And then readjust. Now the skin color is a little off. This is a very bright body to a somewhat it's almost like it's a little saturated. They've always been down bad this weekend. Hope you've been having a more gooder one. Hey, what's going on, guy? Oh man, yeah, it's daylight savings time probably didn't help that at all, but I certainly hope you feel a lot better, man. If you've got Monday or Wednesday off, I was actually going to ask, hey, do you want to hop on and play some more games? Maybe that'll make you feel better. I'm not going to be able to do it tonight, but Monday or Wednesday. Hey, what's going on, Jelly Troll the Alt? Sup? Not much here. Just working on Whatever the hell this is. Let's see. How does it work? How does it... Oh, look at that. I love this. The shoulder of the torso is really coming into play. I love it. Maybe if we shrink the head a little bit more. There we go. Nice. Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable. We picked the right torso. We picked the right torso. Let's just fix this masking up a little bit so that we have that little, almost like a little piece here. So it just needs to go. Yeah, that's good enough. How's this look in full mode? Like, if I were to put it into full, how is it going to look? Let's do good so that we get a better look. So it looks like Vegas is still processing the preview window. That's okay. I'm probably skipping work tomorrow, so I'll let you know. All right. Oh my God, what have I done with Link? What's going on, Bad Hunter of Devon? I think I haven't done a single thing with Link. This is what he's been hiding under his shirt the whole time. All right. It's giving us the old not responding. All right. Yes. That's what we want. Look at this. Look at that beautiful Link. You've taken away what little dignity he has left. Oh, we're not stopping there. We're not stopping there, Bat Hunter. It's going to get even better. Much better. So, here's what we have to do. Anyway, if you don't remember, I'm the one who's going to join the sentence mixing collab. Oh, what the? Whoops. Hang on. Don't want the track layers expanded, but now I have to get this back out. I think I just held the mouse button a little too long. That's okay. I'll just pop open Vegas again. It'll go right back to normal. If you don't remember, I'm the one who's going to join that Sentence Mixing collab you're hosting. I already made the entry. Yes, I will definitely check it later. I've been out on work for the past week, so it's been like nigh impossible to get the everything caught up during that week. But now I'm going to be taking a look at all the entries. Don't you worry. Control-Z is your best friend. This is not a Control-Z issue. It's actually some kind of setting in the preview window that I accidentally enable every now and again. When I load Vegas back up, though, it just goes away. It's all good. Like, I have a very specific way of setting Vegas that as soon as it goes away like that, it's tricky to get it back. Okay. And there we go. Good as new. Good as new. Now, we have Link's body being improved. Let's just call it. And then what we need to do is we need to get the bottom half, his bottom half. So for that, it's going to be the Wand of Gamelon scene where he is in front of, where he's waving what happened. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Bat Hunter. Control-Z is your best friend. All right, let's switch this back to draft mode. Get some better... Yeah, I know it looks like crap, but let's see if we can do half. Split. Yeah, that half looks good. We want the RAM to be just fine here. Let's see. What happened? So, this is good. All right. It's kind of weird. She just throws the mirror and it breaks.
What happened?
What even happened to Link? I don't think they showed Link getting trapped in a mirror. So, Link is I always think that they're facing a different direction every time I try to recall. Alright, so we want as much as right here. My boy. Oh, he was a boar anyway. Now, if we can just get this. So Link starts coming into view after the mirror breaks and not after the pieces scatter. Alright, so essentially we would need to figure out a way to get... Well, actually, no. We don't have to worry too much about that. Let's see. Wand of Gamelon ending... background. Let's see if we can get the backgrounds. Actually, you know what? I don't think we need to worry about that, because we do have other backgrounds that we can just use for the sake of using. So what we'll do instead is grab the pants, the bottom half of Link, from here. So he goes right here. This is going to be all right. We'll save this image as Link 1. Link 1. Link 1. Plop it in. And then we just do some cutting out right here. Oh, did I just hear thunder? Wasn't expecting that. Alright, hopefully we are going to be good to continue the stream. We had an incident last year where I continued the stream in the middle of a thunderstorm and the power got knocked out. How am I supposed to continue the stream with the power going out? Maybe there's a switch in one of the rooms. Remind me to check. Here's his bottom half. Then, when the bottom half is factored in, let's see. So we have 3 pieces of a puzzle. It's kind of like the opening to the Master of Disguise. So let's see. The body should actually be up here on this level. By the way, am I right in thinking that you're only allowed to submit 1 entry? Yes, 1 entry per person. 1 entry per person. You're spot on. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And then adjust it. Didn't I put... Alright. Sony Vegas rotoscoping and tracking is a million times better than mine. Yeah, it's... You don't really realize how good it is until you use it sometimes. Compared to, well, till you use other softwares, tracking and rotoscoping, to say the least. Alright, here we go. Let's fix this up a little bit. Make the belt buckle look actually like a belt buckle. And on this side. Right there. Perfect. This is unbelievable. Is this the Link of your dreams, guys? Is this the Link that you always envisioned? I'm just gonna stretch this out. Now what I need is the background. In the background layer, I'm going to use, let's see. I'm just going to use the one that I used this before. I think Link's head needs to move a little further forward. A little further forward. And then just take that. Breath of the Wild Link is living proof that adding breasts is not always an improvement. I wonder if I should take the time to match the color in some way. Is there a way to do that? Make it a little bit darker? I'm sure there is. Okay. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have that little bit ending here. And then we have the king. Let's see. Wand of Gamelon. There's a specific frame of the king that I need for this next shot. Right there. Okay, good. Full. And the level of detail that goes into these images sometimes. Like, I know that they are not the best animated, but some of the art here really is pretty good looking. All right, we'll call this King 6. All right, reduce this to preview half. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add some blushing, which is not too bad. All right. Blushing. Right here. Okay, let's import some blush. SSD default. Switch this to aspect ratio change here. Incorporate the green screen. Now, given that it's red, let's see how well it works. And the answer is not very well. So this blush isn't going to work. What might work is, what might work instead, is there going to be any chance of blue screen blushing? No. I guess I'll just have to find the right blushing. Ah, there we go. Spot on. White screen will do the trick all the time. $51. Just like that. And then we'll increase the low threshold a little bit. Get some of the white out of the way. Then we'll pan and crop it so that it fits on the cheeks. Oh, right there. Then we'll have a nice little fade in for the blush here. And then if there's a way that I can get the king's head to shake, like he's trying to keep himself awake, kind of like that, I'll add it there. Now what we need here is the king saying no. Like instances of the king saying no. Okay. Zelda, do Gauntlet is under attack by the evil forces of Ganon. I'm going to Gamelon to aid him. I'll take the Triforce of Courage to protect me. If you don't hear from me in a month, send Link. Enough. My ship sails into no. Wonder what's okay. You say describe all the floors that I will let me talk about. Let's see. I don't know if the king says no. Hey, what's going on, Galestrom? How's everything going? Let's see. What we need is an instance of the king saying no, or maybe we can spice them. Like, enough, perhaps.
Sails in the... Enough. Enough.
Or maybe just enough will do.
Enough.
So what we need is enough, then. You know who has a good no? Hotel Mario, and you could take the hotel. Yeah, I might as well just do that. Well, but what I'm thinking is, like, not just one no, but no, no, no. Like 3 no's in succession. The Mario no is good for 1 no.
Enough.
Let's just get that little bit of fuzz out.
Enough.
Perfect. Now we'll get this little...
Take off your shoe.
Alright. We just get this little bit of take off your shoes. Enough. Take off your shoes. Consuela from family, the Latina maid going, no, no. Consuela from family. Let's see here. I'm assuming you meant Family Guy, right? Is this the maid that Peter wins from Wheel of Fortune? Consuela's no. Man, that's an old episode.
No, 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 no.
I could use that. Yeah, this is a good take. Let's see. I'll have to see what works better here. I'll use Consuelas and see how well it does. No, it's all good. It's all good. Alright. Now. For now.
Take off your shoes.
So the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to take the accursed link that I've created, and I'm going to try and superimpose a face over it, like one of Link's faces. So what I need is from Faces of Evil. I need to go all the way back to the beginning. And Link has to be looking in a very specific direction. Oh dear God, what did you just see? I'll show it again, that way you see more of it. Let me just make sure I've got the link to. The laughing face has always been my favorite Link face. Like, mine is like my favorite Link face is the great face. I'll grab my stuff. I think Consuelo was there. Alright, so what I need to do now is get this face. I'm taking his face off. Oops. Just the face. No remnants of the hair. Link derping out completely. Yeah, kind of. So yeah, here's what we made. Behold. What if it was, I'll grab my dinner? If it was, I'll grab my dinner, that would make the game even better. Okay. Okay. Looks like the rain's starting to pour. Yep. That is an epic smug face, all right. It's almost as if a mouse is better for laying out masks. Yeah, it really does make a world of difference. Like, the pen tool in Vegas for creating those masks is so good. Yeah, touchpads are, I mean, they can work. I mean, you still have a good amount of control over the editing process. And why does it look like Link is now wearing lipstick? Okay, whatever. So, let's save this as Link 3. Alright. So now Link 3 is in. Let's move these over. But yeah, touchpads, like I'm like, there's no substitute for a good mouse. Like, this is an El Cheapo for like $6 or $10, and it's monumentally better than any trackpad that I've ever had to use. So let's just make sure that looks right. Yeah, it looks all right to me. And then we do something even more cursed. Let's see. First things first, I just need to look through and make sure that it looks right. Alright. Now what we need is links. Oh boy. Oh boy. But we just need the O from it.
Oh boy! Oh! Oh!
Now let's see. It sure is boring. I get okay. I just wonder what Ganon's up to. Alright, let's go to I just wonder what Ganon's up to.
Ends up to.
Here strive for.
Then we'll get the get from, I guess I better get going.
Oh,
Your sword is enough. Faces of evil. You must conquer each.
I guess I'd better get going.
Perfect.
Get going. Get go.
Sounds like he's saying gecko.
I get.
Alright. Now we need the word it. So let me think. Gee, it sure is boring around here.
Gee, it sure.
Oh, but it's a very short it. But maybe it'll still work.
It sure.
No. Let's see. Okay, it's up to. Great, I'll grab my stuff. It. Look. Where are all those heads? Maybe the end of what happened can sound enough like it.
What happened?
Yes.
Happened.
Okay. Now, we go here and we add this. It.
Get in.
See if it sounds okay here.
Oh, I get in.
All right. Now we need one more word. Now. Now. Okay. Now he says wow. He says wow. Gee, it's sure sporting around here. I just wonder games up to great program stuff. Wow. Best okay, but going. Okay, I think now I think we can start with wow and go from there.
Faces of Squadala, we are off.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Oh, I get it now. So what we need is an N, the N sound. So anything that starts with a like a na. All right, so stuff. Look. All right. Oh boy, I'm so hungry. I could eat it. Yeah, that'll Ganons. No match for the king. That might be our best one. No match for the king.
That old Ganon's no match. No, man.
This could be a stretch, but we'll see how it sounds. It's going to take some fine-tuning for sure.
No. No. Now.
Does this sound like a now?
Now.
Whoops.
Now.
I need to shorten this variant.
Now. Now.
Maybe add more W.
Now. Now.
Maybe have it fade into the N.
Now. Now. Now.
Sounds alright. I could probably revisit that at some point. See what I can do to make it better.
Oh, I get it now.
Maybe a fade in doesn't work here as well, but maybe a partial fade in.
Now. Now.
Okay. Okay. And then we return to the king from this pose. Not this pose. No. This pose. Yes. Oops. All right.
Now.
Then he takes off his pants. And when he takes off the pants, then this becomes even more cursed. So this is going to be interesting. How do we make it even more cursed? With a mushroom. That's how. So we need to get a bottom half. Let's see. I'll need to shrink some of these in order to make room. Alright, so I'll shrink the torso first. And since we won't be using this bottom half of Link's tunic, we can get rid of that. Oh wait. There we go. I have no idea why I thought of it while I work. I had to seek out Link's dinner and Donko's. Well, there's a classic right there. My gosh. Yeah, some of the old stuff like that, like where YouTube poop was really coming into the fray and really defining what a lot of that era of YouTube was like. Man, that's a name I haven't seen in such a long time. Okay. That's a good shrink right there. And what I have to do is figure out how to get a bottom half with no genitalia. Which sounds easier than it is. But I just know that if I search for something on Google, it's going to pop up. Yeah, the classics that always get me are Jeff Lindblom's, like in that style. So, what I need to do now is let's get rid of these. I think these were from a prior scene. So I'm going to push these down a little bit. Push these down the timeline so they don't interfere. We've got, what, an hour left, actually, so I'll show you what I've worked on some of the other halves. So some of these parts that are after it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, yeah, it is Haruhi's bikini. I can't believe that, I can't believe you picked up on that, actually. It kind of felt like it was just a generic bikini, and it just is from the Haruhi ammo that I have. But I guess maybe it was from one of the Endless 8 episodes, maybe. Alright, so let me show you what I've got from the Dune side. So what's going to happen is that after this CD-i part of the YouTube poop is done, it's going to go to a commercial break. And from there, we have this.
Once in a generation, a film rises to become a film.
And then from there it gets even more zany. So let's see. I'll show this one first. Oh, you saw the original. Oh, gosh. I was thinking, how in the hell did you recognize that body? Because it could be anybody's. So you may remember back on an old channel called Everything is Terrible, a video called Dwayne that made the rounds, where it was this 80s kid that I guess was part of this news feature or news special about 80s pop culture and music, and he was dancing. And then Dwayne. So what I have here is this scene where, hold on, let me show you the original scene so you know what it actually is like. I'm just going to put this right here. I'm hoping that it will play most of the way. So this is a scene where, from the 1984 Dune, where Paul is being tested by the Bene Gesserit. He has to put his hand in a box, and in the box there is nerve pain, but he has to keep it in there because if he pulls it out, then the needle that she's holding at his neck will prick him and he will die. It's a test. So let's see if I can get this to play somewhat. That way you have a little bit of context.
Flesh might feel crispy. Death brings talking obliteration. My full face might flesh. Hopping off here. Here is the
Then he screams.
Here is a little death. The pain! Enough!
Yep. The pain. Yeah, that movie is loved by a lot of people because of its campiness, and that's one of the more campy scenes. So what I've done is I've taken that and I've turned it into Dwayne, which will show up on the screen right now. Now, all I did was edit the Dune text. And that's not going to be the only thing that I edit from the Dwayne font, or from the, the Dune font. You can see here, I've got I love the lead up to that, and I just love the reveal of it. Isn't the pain one of Metal Gear Solid 3's bosses? I think so. I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 3. I just know that the Phantom Pain is one of the things that is a theme. Like I think it's like from one of the games or something like that. Oh no, it's the 5th game. That's right. But I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 3 yet, or any of the Metal Gear Solids. I have to get on that. By the way, welcome HS Go Mi Kubi. Welcome in. And then I've got another thing here. One of the, I guess, for the lack of a better word, powers that the Bene Gesserit have in the Dune movie is they have what's called the voice. And the voice they can use to command people I believe, of lesser minds. It's almost like the Jedi mind tricks. Actually, it's funny, the Star Wars series did actually, and I only learned this after the fact, take a lot from the Dune series. And the Jedi mind tricks, I think, is inspired by The Voice. Can you add my legs somewhere? Hey, what's going on, Mike? Let's see, can I use this to make my leg? I can cut off the... I just made... Turn these upside down to make M. Shrink these to make Y. With the little things sticking out. My leg... How do I... Okay, the L would have to be half of this U, unless I can just reflect from the top left. My leg. E. That would be easy. That's just the E. And then the G is the hard part. The G is going to be a tricky one. I might be able to do it. Let me write that down. It would require a lot of editing of the text. Make my leg from Dune text. Yes, should be doable. Should be doable. So that's what we've got. Now, you'll see, like, it's going to be like a huge, like, bunch of things going on at once. Oh, yeah, I was talking about the Bene Gesserit. That's right. So, essentially, they have a power called the Voice, and Paul also has this ability, too. So, in this scene... Let me just actually look for it first. Let's see. It's a silence. Paul's pretty much command. Yes. I'll just put this right here so you can see it. So this is how the scene goes. I'm reading that like one of the dogs going, whoa, 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 as their howl winding. So here's how the silent scene goes.
You mustn't speak!
And again, excuse the frame rate, it's just the preview window.
I remember your Gom Jabbar. Now you'll remember mine. I can kill with a word.
Jeez. The acting is just so over the top. Well, so you get this. So you hear it. He yells silence, and here what I've done is I've taken Robotnik.
You mustn't speak!
There you go. And it'll look better in the finished product, but as of right now, the preview window is all we can do here. And I don't need this guanon anymore. I can get rid of that. So let's see. I'm just going to try and skip ahead because I don't want to look for a pantsless link or think about pantsless link right now. What I want to do is try and get some of the smaller scenes taken care of. There's one where after he takes off the pants, the king points. Again, it's the sign, take off your shoes. And then it's going to focus on Link, really trying to think. Like, looking at the word shoes, thinking, oh, I get it now. And then it's going to lead to the final punchline of this side. So, let's see if we can make that happen. Alright, actually, let's go straight to the sign itself. Let's get this deleted. Remove your shoes. Let's see, I'm going to shrink it a little bit. Alright, then we'll stretch. It's moving too quickly. So it needs to start off a little bit more to the right side. Let's turn on the grid. Is it perfectly in the middle? Imagine the dude trailer with Ed and Eddie sound effects. I love those videos, the Ed and Eddie sound effects ones. Especially the one with Deadpool. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it's got to appear in this middle one. Right here. Centered. Good. Then we'll just make sure that it stays centered. It's not staying centered, so we need this to go right here. Perfect. So now that's centered. Then we'll have another shot a little up close. What is a good face that Link can make while trying to think? Actually, I think it might come from the ending of Wand of Gamelon here. Right here. That's it. All right, let's get this snap. We have Link 4. Remove that. Flip this horizontal. Just zooms in a little bit. He's really trying to think up there. Then it all comes to a head. Up here with the eyes. Oh, hang on. My count wants to leave. 1 second. There we go. First poll that instantly comes to mind whenever I think of Ed and Eddie is No Country for Old Ed. I think about the day the Ed stood still. Right here. That's good. So what I'm going to have happen is it's going to go... Actually, it needs to show both the eyes in some way. So a little bit more of both eyes. Right here. And then it's going to be like a little cartoon joke where you almost have like an X-ray into the into his head, and it shows a brain, just two cogs, maybe just starting to squeak. I think it was like I think I've seen that joke done in like Johnny Bravo or Billy and Mandy. I'm trying to remember what other cartoons I've seen it in. Okay, so X-ray monitor. Oh, wait. It was like the Grinch X-ray. Right. Something like the Grinch X-ray, but... What else would work? This will work for the time being. So save image as just straight up screenshot. Then we'll get this taken out. Might not be able to get all the intricacies of the animation design of this, but still. Let's see. It's actually a perfect rectangle almost. And then we'll take this step right here. Turn the mask on. How does it look so far? All right. Progress. We'll add a feather. We'll feather out by a little smidge. A little smidge should do it. And then what we need to do is we need to get the heart stuff out of the way. Get the heart stuff out of the way so we have room for the brain joke. Alright, now for this one, we have to have a negative mask. Right there should do it. Then we have to extend this part a little bit more. I think we could do that. Let's see if we can get away with doing a stretch like that. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see. The next thing we need is gears spinning. So we need rotating gears. We're going to plop this into our 4K downloader. Free green screen spinning gears. Nice. We need to. I was kind of hoping for 3D gears, but this will still do. Alright, now the big challenge is going to be animating this so that so what we need to do is animate this so that this comes from the right side with a black screen, and then it shows the gears as it comes into view. Paste. Let's get the gears chroma keyed first. Small threshold. So this is going to be essentially representing Link's brain here. The obstacle that I can see coming here. Wait, what the? That's interesting. Why is it not chroma? It's probably taking a while. Unless, of course, the chroma keyer. There we go. That's better. We can make them a little bit bigger. Just a smidge bigger or so. Then we'll move the gears up. We'll need to move the X-ray box up. Maybe even make that X-ray box bigger. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's move the gears up closer to the temple. And that little X-ray box is going to come from the side. Down right. Stop right there. Perfect. Now let's get this done. I need to make this zoomed. Right up here. I think that's gonna be right at the edge. Oh boy. Oh, we got some storms brewing. We got some storms brewing. Let's see, it's about 30 minutes more until the stream ends, so I think I'll be alright. I said that last time though, even though, oh man, I said that last time when there was a storm and it ended up knocking the power out. Okay, let's get this moved. So what's going to happen here is this is going to come off from the right side. It's right about here. And then include the animation of it. We all best be ready when she does. Yes. A little bit more, just a little bit more. It needs to be off the screen, but just barely. Just barely. Nice. Stretch this out a little bit. And how's the animation look? So, where does it finish its journey? It should be right around here. It's going to show the interior of the brain, and then the gears are spinning, and it's... Ooh, boy. I have no idea what that audio is pulled from it, but I know it is a joke. So that audio comes from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. It's a quote from Hagrid. I first heard it in the trailer, and I essentially just pulled that from the trailer. I think I did. It's just one of those lines that sounds, like it fits. Just making a reference joke. Whew, all right. I think that it's really starting to come down. I think it's gonna be best if I cap the stream off now. Yeah, that's looking pretty bad out there. Yeah, power's not going anywhere. There's no browning, but is there anything I can do right here, right now? Let's see. Maybe I can sneak a couple things more in. I don't want to end it too early. All right. TV turn on. Let's see. Or maybe we don't need to have it like a TV turning on. Let's see. Cartoon inside of head. It's going to show like the inner cranium. What's the best way to do this? Let's see. See if we can find the right color. Tissue pink might be best. Let's see. Fuchsia might be the best option here. Okay, actually, ooh, a fuchsia backdrop. That's perfect, right there. Save image as. All right, so scrub the floor. All right, pink fuchsia. Match output aspect, zoom in. So it gets almost none of it. Now we have the gears spinning. So now it looks like it's actually the interior of the head here. What we need to do is we need to cut out this fuchsia. Make it oof. Right about here is good. Nice. Okay. Then we just raise this a little bit. Raise it. We want it all contained in this little X-ray module. What else? Right there. Nice. All right. So this pink makes it look like it actually be inside a brain. What I do want to do is I want to replace the gears. So 3D gears, green screen. I want there to be actual gears here. This looks like a graphic of gears, but I want there to be gears. I think that we'll find some. Will this do the trick? Oh, wait. Yeah, this is it. This is spot on. But let me just see if it's going to stay in one camera frame or if it's going to change multiple frames. No. Need this one instead. How can finding the right gears be such a difficult thing? Oh, this is perfect. This is it. This is the right one. Nice. All right. This is a heck of a lot better than the one we already have. Lots of downloads, really. All right, so 3D gears. Let's pull that in. And then we'll adjust the output aspect ratio so it goes from being a vertical video to something more what we want. Nice. Chroma key. Right. Tackle that green shade. Then turn it on, reduce the high threshold, increase low threshold. All right, it's loading. Save that just to be safe. Let's get him into view here. Make them fit. There we go. It's 346. It's really starting to come down here. All right. I'm going to keep this right where it is. So this is what the inside of Link's head looks like. It's just a pair of gears, stiff, but we're gonna make him spin just a small bit. Anyways, it's about 3:46. I want to do this till the top of the hour. I just have a funny feeling the stream is gonna burn out the moment that we lose power, and I think we are gonna lose power. So for the time being, we're gonna leave this as it is. I love what we got done. We did a lot, all visual stuff. The sentence mixing was kind of done beforehand, and all of the things that we added, cursed and otherwise, are amazing. I think that this link right here, this is what all true warriors strive for. Well, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this stream. Now, what I'm going to be doing next weekend is I'm going to try and shoot for 2 streams. One on Saturday, but it's not going to be a YouTube poop stream. It's going to be rather Arzette and the Jewel of Faramore. I want there to be a stream of that game being done. I put out a little bit of a poll on the on my channel, and you guys said that you wanted to see this game streamed on this, and I think that'd be a swell idea. It does have a lot of YouTube connections. I think it'd be a great I think it'd be a great little thing to do. And then we'll continue. Maybe we'll do this, but I think that I might have like this project done. Hopefully I'll have it done during the week. So either way, lots in store for us. So thank you so much for being part. A nice finishing image. Gonna haunt my nightmares. I'm sure it's gonna haunt all nightmares today, Gelstrom. But I'll leave you with that. A very good image of a very good boy. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of the stream. You all have a wonderful weekend. Stay dry. And, stay safe and dry, of course. And I'll talk to you. See you next week. Have a good one, guys.